What comes next for the Chiefs is going to be a little crazy. Let's talk about it. How we doing, Chiefs Kingdom? Roll on in here, baby. Hit that like button. Let's have some fun tonight. Get in the comments and let us know how you're feeling today. Mike, the draft stuff is over. I am sick of draft. I am sick of the players we drafted already. I don't want to talk about that. So today, we were going to talk about what's coming next for the Chiefs. We know there's some trade rumors, there's some this and that. Will they fill a hole here or there with free agency? You know, there's a lot of different things, but they're getting ready to kick off the rookie mini camp here real soon. We'll kind of give a timeline of how all that's going to go this summer, and we could talk about it, talk about position battles, something like that, whatever strikes our fancy today, ladies and gentlemen. But real quick, just wanted to shout out Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream. You can get down in the description, click that link, and go get Prize Picks. Use the code HMA when you're signing up. Put 5 on there, and you get 50 to play with. So it's a good deal. Go get it. Yeah, man. Mike, rookie minicamp kicks off soon.
Yeah, this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs off-season schedule looks like this. Their workout program started on April 20th, which we already know, phase 1. Rookie minicamp is going to run from May 1st to May 3rd. So Kentucky Derby weekend, Mike's birthday weekend, the rookies are in camp. OTAs are scheduled for May 26th to 28th, so maybe like 3-4 weeks later. And then again on June 1st to 3rd. Mandatory minicamp is going to be from 9 to 11. And then the exact training camp kickoff date isn't announced yet. Last year's camp started around late July. That's about time they do it every year, and that is why we do Chew with the Crew in August.
Yeah, it was July 21st to be exact last year, so it'll probably be sometime around that this time too.
So a little rookie mini camp this weekend, so we got that to look forward to.
Yeah, it's like your first glimpse at the rookies, right? But there's usually not a whole lot to it, but I mean, it's nice to go ahead and get them in here and get them acclimated to what they're going to be doing from here on out. It's a big step from college to the NFL, man. We've had some players on here before, and that's the main thing they said was just the giant gap of like how different things are from college to the pro level. So go ahead, get them in here, get them acclimated. Mike, I know everybody's talked about it till they're blue in the face. I'm pretty excited about the rookie class that we did get. Even the UDFAs, there's some really intriguing ones on there. So I think it'll be fun. We'll see what they do this weekend.
Yeah, for sure. They're still adding people in. They're still inviting people to camp. Today they invited a wide receiver from Missouri. Big guy, 6'4", 6'5", 200 some pounds. They're doing a lot of things, you know. It's just they're ready to get going. There's going to be a lot of bodies in there. A lot of people have already like got so hyped over the UDFA thing again. Are we going to fall into the UDFA trap?
Every year, baby. You got that like Justin Ross. You got that Louis Rees-Zammit. You got something.
I love Jeff Caldwell as good as the next guy, but people are putting this guy on a pedestal. Like he may take over the Justin Ross hype train.
Oh, he's on the trajectory.
I think he might be bigger right now than Justin Ross was.
Well, I mean, he is exciting, right? You got this 6'5", 210-pound dude that can run a 4.3 40, perfect 10 RAS score. He can jump through the roof, and it's like,
well, a lot of those mock draft simulators said he should have went round 5, round 4.
Right, but here's my point. Like, you can get a little horned up about that because it really just depends on how teachable this kid is. He wasn't the worst receiver I've ever seen in college, but he wasn't great. So, like, there's a lot of work to do there. And, of course, Chad O'Shea's here now, and everybody's like, well, he's going to work with him and make him the next Randy Moss. It's like, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But it is okay to be a little excited about it. He's an intriguing prospect, man.
Yeah, look, we've talked about him ad nauseum. He's super fast. He's got a lot of talent. He's got good footwork because he grew up playing soccer. I think he's an MVS clone in a way because his ball skills aren't the best. Neither were MVS's. They could run right by you. That's cool. They're about the same height and weight. That's amazing. It's on him. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's going to be on Jeff Caldwell. Can Jeff Caldwell come in and focus? Can he learn the playbook? Can he do everything Andy Reid asked him to do? And can he grind through the tough days? Because he's not going to do well every single day. Can he grind through the tough days, and can he string days together in camp to be able to get on the field? Because, again, we just signed We just signed Tyquan Thornton to a big 3-year deal, and he is that X receiver right now. People wanted him back last year, and he was that deep ball threat.
Yeah.
I don't see them just coming in and being like, well, we signed a 3-year deal with him. Let's go ahead and put this rookie out there. So can he force them to put him out there? It's all on Jeff Caldwell. I mean, sky's the limit for all these kids. They just have to make it, it's not on Andy Reid. It's not on this and not on that. It's on them.
Yeah, I agree. Well, so there's a couple question marks still on this roster after the draft, in my opinion. I think a lot of people are wondering, what about receiver? Are they going to do anything else at receiver? I think right tackle's a question mark. And I've seen some people in chat already being like, hey, we got to get Cam Jordan. Do you think they need to add to the defensive line still? So now that they went out and they invested in defensive line in the draft with Peter Woods and R. Mason Thomas, and then if you go last year, they had Omar Norman Lott and Ashton Gelati. Do you think there's enough there right now after they signed Tonga? Or do you think they need to keep adding? Do you think they need to go get the vet?
No, I don't think they have enough. I don't think you can ever have enough in the trenches. I think the offensive line, I think UDFA may have added enough to the interior that the interior is pretty solid. I think this is the year maybe C.J. Hanson's gone. He didn't make the roster last year, and C.J. Hanson kind of got called up a few times at the end of the year and got back on the roster, but he stayed practice squad. You've seen Hunter Norzad doing a lot on the interior. Mike Caliendo was initially released, and then they brought him back on a cheaper deal. They didn't want to tender him. So you're still going to have Caliendo, and you're still going to have Norzad. But I believe Pete Nigra from U of L that they picked up. He can play guard, center. They give him a lot of money to come in here. I think 270-some K or 250-some K. Dude, he got a lot of money, and I think he's very, very good. I think he's going to hold down the interior. He's going to push C.J. Hanson and maybe even Caliendo for a roster spot. Now, they still got to work on the right tackle position because, yes, Esapole could be a swing guy to go left to right, but I still don't trust Wanye Morris. Then Wanye is also coming off of an ACL deal. So I don't know if I trust that one. They've got some younger kids like Matt Willetsko and just the kid from Louisville that they picked up a few years ago that played at Marshall. But I just don't trust that. I'd like to see a veteran at the right tackle position that could get one for decently cheap and maybe just be like a camp kind of guy that can come in and maybe push. I don't know if they'll do that. And then on the defensive end, no, I do think they need somebody like a Cam Jordan. Absolutely. I don't know if I trust Felix, Ashton Gelati, and R. Mason Thomas right now to be able to give me meaningful snaps week in and week out on the defensive side of the ball opposite of Karlaftis.
Well, they use the old formula. We all know it. They used to sign those vet guys, put them on the edge, get them to kind of be a leader in that defensive line room. I think that would be fantastic. I mean, Chris Jones is that, right, at tackle. You have George, who's kind of been around for a while now. He's on his second contract. But I think it would be advantageous of the Chiefs to get someone like Cam Jordan, especially with as many young guys they have on the defensive line. Because you're talking Ashton Gelati and R. Mason Thomas at least on the edge. And then you're looking at Omar Norman Lott and Peter Woods, defensive tackle. I think Cam Jordan would be a great mentor for those kids. Like with him and Chris Jones and George there, that's a nice little group. I don't know what it would cost. And obviously I don't know how much he would play. I mean, the guy's 38 years old, but he produced last year. He had 10 and a half sacks last season. But he doesn't have to play all the time. He could be this is going to be a very rotational defensive line. Like there's an opportunity for us to have fresh legs on the field a lot with the guys that we have right now in rotation. So I think it could be a good thing. And I don't know, are you on the side of the fence where it's like we have to go do this? I've seen a couple people in the chat. It's like we have to go get Cam Jordan.
Yeah, I think we definitely need it. I don't trust it without it because look, Ashton is going into year 2, and let's be honest, he was okay, but he did not play he didn't play like he set the world on fire like a third-round pick. He just didn't. He was a little undersized, and it showed. He made a lot of his bigger impact plays on the interior, which is kind of strange, which means he wasn't getting there quick. He was cleaning things up. That's what he provided. He provided a lot of cleanup duty. He didn't really like pressure the ball out quickly. You didn't get that from, obviously, Mike Danny. You didn't get that from Omenihu, and that's why they're gone. I don't think Felix is going to provide you that. He hasn't done it for 2 years. Then he's been injured. He's coming back from an injury. I don't see him providing it. Now, R. Mason Thomas can absolutely provide that. But you've got to look at R. Mason Thomas and be like, are they going to trust him early enough to get all these snaps? Is his initial setting the edge going to cause him to lose snaps? And he's maybe going to make that pass rush development in the league kind of be a slow roll process or what? So I absolutely think you should go get a Cam Jordan. If you can bring him in, you can make it work on the cap. I love the old stuff that Brett Veach used to do when he was bringing in Melvin Ingram and the Terrell Suggs. That kind of stuff right there goes a long way. Even Carlos Dunlap, he never really set the world on fire no matter where he was. But with us, he was very, very solid.
Yeah.
It would be nice to get a guy like, late in his career, kind of like even I know we traded for the Shark, right? And we got a few good years from him. But even him in his last few years where he just kind of like disappeared until playoff time, I'll take something like that. Like, I just want a nice presence of a guy kind of like, like what we used to do. I think it's important for team building.
Yeah, for sure. You guys get in the comments there. All of you chat yes or no in the comments. What do you think about Cam Jordan? Do you think we need to go get him? Just put a yes or no. I kind of want to get a consensus of what you guys are thinking, and I'm too lazy to post a poll. So throw it in the comments. Let's freaking go. Mike, another big rumor that I've been seeing is the Chiefs are going to trade for A.J. Brown. Okay, so some dude brought this up as a hypothetical on the internet.
Yeah.
And of course, that instantly prompted a million different Chiefs outlets to be like, the Chiefs have been on the phones with Philadelphia to get A.J. Brown. It's like, probably not. It is possible, but it's a long shot. Let's talk about that for a second. What do you think about the Chiefs like acquiring A.J. Brown? Because let's get this straight right off the rip. If you try to get A.J. Brown, you're giving up at least a first-round draft pick to get A.J. Brown. He's a top receiver in football. I mean, he just is. You can argue all day about Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase or what have you. But statistically, A.J. Brown is that guy. Okay, so you're at least giving up a first-round draft pick. And then when he comes in, Mike, I think he comes with a cap hit at $23.4 million in 2026.
Yeah.
Now, Brett Veach, it'd probably be more like $29 million actual cash that they'd have to get rid of. 23.4 gets the cap. Veach always restructures guys after trades and gets a lower first-year hit. That's just what he does. So if they were to go trade for AJ, then I think that they would restructure a contract, make it 2, 3, 4 years, whatever the hell he wants to do. He's going to be expensive. I mean, average per year on a contract, he's at least $32 million, which is, $8 million more than what they wanted to pay Tyreek Hill when they considered paying Tyreek Hill. So what do you think about it, man? Like, first off, do you think that this would help the offense or hurt it? And secondly, do you think the price tag is way too much?
Yeah, so that's a good question across the board, and there's a lot to address there, in my opinion. Do I think somebody is going to trade for A.J. Brown? I believe somebody will. Do I believe the Chiefs will? I'm not 100% sure of that one. You mentioned a lot of big factors. Cap number, Brett Veach would have to restructure and do a lot of cap work. I don't know if they see that being as a necessity. What do you give up to get him? I'm pretty sure we've heard the Eagles say they turned down a first-round pick. Are they wanting 2 first-round picks for A.J. Brown? I'm not for sure how old he is.
It's going to be a first and more, right? Probably. A first and more.
Right. So then you look like, well, if I don't want to give that up, and especially not next year, because, again, next year's draft class is supposed to be very, very good compared to this one. Right. I know a lot of people say everybody says that every year, but I think it's very much true. Do you want to maybe give up a chance to get one of those high-profile wide receivers coming out next year, like a Jeremiah Smith? Like, if you give up a first-round pick, you never know. And then, like I say, you can give up the first-round pick, and then maybe we have another bad season. We're picking top 10 again. Mm-hmm. And he could fall right in your lap. You never know. So I don't know if you want to do that. Should they do it? I don't think they should. If they did it, I do think it could help the offense. And maybe to alleviate other things, you can maybe throw a player in. What if you put Rashee Rice into that? We don't know if we want to sign him long term. Right. What if the Eagles will take on that chance and they like Rashee Rice to do something like that? So you never know. There's a lot of possibilities. At the end of the day, don't see how it could be done. I just don't think it fits from a cap standpoint. I don't even know if he fits our locker room vibe, to be honest.
Well, here's my thoughts and my concerns on the entire thing. First of all, do I think they're going to do that? Probably not. However, Brett Veach did try to get A.J. Brown from the Titans. Okay, so he ended up going to the Eagles, but Brett Veach was definitely in that mix. He was trying to get A.J. Brown. So we know that they like him. Now, this is kind of similar to the D-Hop thing, where there was a lot of smoke where they were trying to get D-Hop from Arizona, and they weren't able to do it. He goes to Tennessee, and then all of a sudden they get D-Hop. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
like, you've seen a pattern, right? I think the number one thing to think about when you start thinking about the offense, first of all, when he comes in here, he's automatically going to be your number one highest paid non-quarterback on the team.
Yeah.
Instantly. So you have that to consider. But he is a true alpha wide receiver one that the Chiefs have always lacked and that the fans have begged for.
Yeah.
We see it year in and year out. Everybody just begging and begging and begging. We need a real wide receiver one. We need a real one. Real X, right? So he gives you that. He's elite when it comes to contested catches. He's elite when it comes to yak. He's elite when it comes to beat and press. And if you pair him with Patrick Mahomes, Mike, it's borderline unfair.
Yeah.
How good that could possibly be, right? So, like, at its peak, insane. Like, that's a crazy duo. Because you're talking Rashee Rice on steroids. Like, you've seen, like, at Rashee Rice's best that he's been in the league so far, you've seen him be pretty dominant. There were stretches of games where he was going crazy. Just imagine A.J. Brown. You know what I'm saying? So if they could get that same thing going, I think it instantly raises the floor of your entire team. I think instantly you are even more of a contender and more unstoppable when it comes, January, it's a playoff time.
Yeah.
Here's some reasons why it doesn't make sense, though. The Chiefs they've always been built on spreading the ball around. That's just what they do. So you kind of have to change your entire offensive mindset, right? Because it's always been use a lot of different guys. A.J. Brown is he's going to be a target heavy guy. Like, you better get him the ball. Like, he's going to take over the bulk of it. End of story. And if you don't, then we start getting to those locker room problems everybody in the chat's going crazy about right now. Because if you don't feed him and you're not using him, he ain't going to be as nice as D-Hop. Because this guy's in his prime. So I don't see them being able to just use him sparingly. It's going to be someone that you have to kind of almost like how Kelsey was a few years back, where it was like you knew Mahomes was going to be hitting Kelsey. He almost takes that role over, which you didn't address the tight end position. So maybe this is the route you go. Not for sure. So I'll stop there. I don't want to talk on it too much because I don't think it's going to happen. But if it were to happen, I wouldn't be mad in the least. Would I be worried a little bit? Possibly. Because he has shown signs that he can be a locker room cancer. He's shown signs that he'll complain on social media. He's shown signs of all this stuff. But if he's here and he's happy and that doesn't happen, then you've got an absolute dog in the building. So, I mean, it's a little iffy. You guys get in the chat. Let us know what you think, yes or no, with A.J. Brown. And I know a lot of people's going to say no strictly because of they think there's going to be off-field issues. I don't know. Like, I feel like he definitely has that prima donna gene in him, but I don't know if he would. If we're winning, if he's getting, used properly, then I don't know if that really comes up.
Yeah, so over the past few days when the A.J. Brown thing come around, I'm in a firm boat that I'm not opposed to the trade. I just don't know if it could happen. Now, I'm not going to go out as far as, just coming out and posting the trade up and being like, this is never going to happen, 0%, blah, blah, blah.
Right. Because it could happen.
That's
Absolutely
wild.
Could.
I mean, yeah, we've heard that they've tried to trade for him before. Brett Veach has made multiple attempts to try to get people he likes. We've seen it with even DK Metcalf. But that name right there, DK Metcalf. Brett Veach has tried to get DK Metcalf a few times, and you're not going to get DK Metcalf more than likely.
He didn't try the one time he could have got him.
Right,
that's for sure.
Exactly. But I was going through and looking for some Brett Veach specials, and one guy kept jumping out to me. And then this year, his team not only drafted a wide receiver one last year, but they turned around and spent good draft value on a wide receiver this year that is like the similar X style. And you tell me if you think this would be a fun little trade, but this is what I come up with. And you guys let me know in the chat what you think too. The Chiefs are looking for a guy that they would love to have, a guy that we know he can stretch the field. He's going to catch the ball decently. He's going to be able to pick up a lot of yak. I would say he's a good kid on and off the field. He is, but I don't know if the Chiefs necessarily look for that. Let's put it that way. But they like explosive plays, crazy top end speed, freak athletes, high on the RAS. They want somebody that's a very good 10-yard split. They want all this, right? But they always go out and they don't draft it. They tend to wait 2 or 3 years, and then they find guys that haven't developed, and then they'll go trade for it, right? Like that seems to be the motto Brett Veach uses a lot. So I was like, who's DK Metcalf? Who's DK Metcalf-esque? Who's got the good RAS number? Who's got the speed? Who's got that decent hands? Who's got that body frame that they could maybe go look at that would make an impact? And I settled on someone today, Steve, and you're going to love it.
We'll stop right there. Let's let it linger.
Okay, I'll let it marinate. You guys guess in the chat who you think it is.
We got
How about
a
that?
5-bomb from Tony Bone. He said any word on Lott and his rehab. Honestly, I have not seen anything about Omar Norman Lott's rehab.
I have heard that he is doing things, and they do expect him to be back around camp. So
we'll do a little more research on that.
Yeah,
and
for
we'll
sure.
get back to y'all and let y'all know what's going on with Lott. But I appreciate the 5-bomb. I just wanted to get to that. He's been waiting for a minute.
You're fine.
And also, we got Tiger Atlas in the house with the 28 months membership. Says I couldn't join live during the draft, but I watched most of it after the fact. Best damn Chiefs content, period. We appreciate that, brother. Yeah, I mean, it was a long live stream. So if you were busy, you were busy. But appreciate you watching it and being here tonight. Let's see. Who could you be talking about, Mike?
Right.
I don't know. I don't even know. Without further ado, what you got?
A few people said it in the chat. Xavier Legette.
Loved him.
Steve, you liked Xavier Legette coming out, okay? He has been okay through 2 seasons. He's had about 84 catches, 860 yards, 7 touchdowns. He's averaged about 10 yards a catch. But they didn't feel like it was enough. Last year, they grabbed Ted McMillan. Ted McMillan turned into a dog, wide receiver 1. Rookie of the year, I believe. This year, they drafted Chris Brazzell. Another big wide receiver, 3rd round, 83rd overall. They drafted
you're
Coker.
basically saying,
They've signed John Mechie.
but what you're saying is they're going to Jonathan Mingo Xavier Legette.
It's possible because McMillan, Brazzell, and Legette sounds like 2 similar of wide receivers. Now, unless they're wanting to try something new and just line up like 3 guys that look like Calvin Johnson, go for it. But something tells me they're not sold on his development, or they wouldn't keep investing money into that similar style wide receiver and similar, draft capital. So I wonder if Xavier Legette could be had for a minimal style pick. We've seen good wide receivers in this league go for like round 6s, right? Now, it might be too early to get Xavier Legette for like a round 6, but let's say midway through this season, the Panthers are, somewhere around, say, 500 or worse, and Legette's not having a very good year. He could definitely be like an addition mid-season, but that's also saying that Jeff Caldwell doesn't, come on. We don't get him. That's saying Tyquan Thornton kind of stinks.
Yours is a hypothetical that you came up with. The A.J. Brown thing is a hypothetical that's out there in the ether, right? We've seen people
right. So it's
about
just a hypothetical.
And here's the thing with the A.J. Brown thing. I just want to kind of wrap that up. Like, the majority of y'all said absolutely not. And I will say that it kind of mind boggles me a little bit
Chiefs
that
beast
so many
mode
people
knew
would
it.
say no, because I've seen so many people in this chat over the last couple of years. It's like, we need a true wide receiver 1. We need that guy. We need, the best in the league. We need the best. Well, that's what they would be doing. And you say, well, he's a prima donna. He could be a locker room cancer. Yeah, well, name a wide receiver 1 that doesn't give you that stigma somewhat. I mean, Jamar Chase is a crybaby big mouth.
Seems like all wide receiver ones have some
Puka
baggage.
Nacua is insane. This guy's crazy. I mean, just name them, and they're all going to... Tyreek Hill was kind of a pain in the butt. Let's be honest here.
Jay Jett has kind of been quiet.
Yeah, but he's wanted out of... He's been saying he wants out of there because
I mean,
they
who don't want out of
exactly. And I
Minnesota?
understand his position. But maybe there was a reason why A.J. Brown was being very vocal in Philly. Maybe because let's be honest here. Nick Sirianni is a prick. Who wants to play for that guy?
Yeah, nobody wants to play for that guy.
So I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me. I feel like he's the perfect target, and I'm not saying that I want to go do this, and I think that you should 100% do it. So don't get me wrong. I'm just playing that side of the fence right now for conversation's sake. But I feel like that's exactly what this entire fan base has been asking for. And then when you say, "Hey, what if this happened?" and they're all like, "No, no, 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 no," it just seems kind of wild to me.
Well, I remember when that was brought up last year, people didn't act that same way.
Well, he acted a little crazy at the end of this last year, but if you have to think,
because he still just don't like
the Eagles
Sirianni.
Imploded. Sirianni's an idiot. Right. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff to that. But
do the Chiefs need this though? Like, we were all kind of sad that they didn't invest more for Patrick Mahomes in the draft, but that's for like future stuff. Did the Chiefs immediately need somebody as like high profiles and AJ Brown to be able to succeed?
They don't need it. They don't need it, but it couldn't hurt you.
It can't hurt you. It does give Patrick Mahomes an alpha wide receiver one, which he's never had.
Well, like here.
Well, Tyreek Hill for a year.
I just want to bring this up, and I'm not trying to pick on Antoine here, but I just want to bring this up. He said, "Come on, guys, you're dreaming. All we need is defense and 100 yards rushing per game, and we win 13 games this season."
That's great if you play in the AFC South.
That's what I was getting ready to say. That's what I was getting ready to say. Are you happy with being the Tennessee Titans back when they had Derrick Henry? Because that's all they did. They had good defense. They rushed for 100 yards a game, but they didn't win shit.
Andy Reid team to look like that. I'm sorry.
Well, that's not. Look, that's enough to win you a good amount of games. That's not enough to win you championships. It just isn't. Or else the Tennessee Titans would have racked up 4 or 5 Super Bowls back when they had good defenses and Derrick Henry.
Well, even the Ravens for the past few years.
This is a big piece to the puzzle. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely think they need this. But you gotta have the rest of it. You have to have the firepower.
You're not.
I mean, you got the best quarterback in the damn league.
I was gonna say,
ever to play, and you want to. You
have Patrick Mahomes, and you think we're just gonna play defense and run the ball and punt?
I can't get on board with it, brother. I just can't.
That ain't happening, brother.
Yeah. Now, implementing the run game.
We absolutely need to run the ball more. But you're never. Andy Reid is never going to take the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands when it counts.
And once again, not picking on you, you were just having a conversation back and forth, so I brought it up. He said, Pat's all we need, facepalm. If Pat was all we needed, last year would have looked a lot different. If Pat was all we needed, it wouldn't have been like pulling teeth to win that Super Bowl the year we had the worst wide receiver core in football. Like,
we wouldn't have got blown out by the Eagles.
Pat can do a lot by himself, but should he have to? If you have the best quarterback to ever play football, why are you punishing him for being good? Like, you know what? You better pull this out of your ass.
Here,
like,
take
that's all you.
Kringle. That's all you're getting this year, buddy.
That's just my thing. I think if they have an opportunity to get high-profile guys or guys that you know can contribute, A.J. Brown's going to give you 1,000 yards a year. Easy, absolute threat, no matter what that you have to account for as far as defensive coordinators. I don't know how you can just passively say, nah, Pat can do it by
weird,
himself.
Though, that a lot of Chiefs, and this is, again, where the fan base is so easily influenced by what the front office does. For example, like back in the Carl Peterson days, everybody's convinced we can't afford nobody. Up to now, they're convinced, and it's like the Eagles don't even have a cap space. Like, what are they playing with?
They don't play with
that's what I'm saying. The cap space is pretty fictional, to be honest. You can maneuver it.
It's perfect segue to Jonathan here. He's right. Cap space currently. Well, I think the last time I saw it's like 5.9, 5.5 million, something like that.
That's the last time I seen it was like 7-ish.
We don't have a lot. Now, here's the thing. They still got to sign all these rookies.
I don't think they have enough to sign the rookies. I think the rookies are going to be well over 10.
They have to sign all these rookies. I think that if they wanted to make a move to even get a right tackle or Cam Jordan, or if they wanted to go all out and try to get A.J. Brown in a trade, I think they have to offload some of it somewhere. So you'd be looking for probably a cut of somebody getting paid too much, like a Jalen Moore or someone like that. Like I doubt they would do
Fulton,
that.
Post June 1st, I think, gives you a few million, but you got a lot of dead money there in both those cases.
I also think they would be knocking on the doors of guys like Trey Smith and Creed Humphrey and Nick Bolton.
Yeah, those are the three restructures you'd have to work with.
We got to restructure.
Chris Jones even. Remember the Slapnut reporter that come out and said they were restructuring Chris Jones? That never happened. Yeah. And if it's happened, they've never reported it. So I highly doubt that it's happened, to be honest.
Yeah. Emmett Johnson, baby. Let's go. I'm excited for him.
Let's go. I like Emmett Johnson.
John said having one of the worst running back rooms in the league caught up to us. Agreed. I think they can get it done with what they have now. I think they can too. But I will say, completely ignoring the offense and kind of just getting Cyrus Allen and even Emmett Johnson, that was a great pickup. But it's like you still have Travis Kelce, who's going to be 38, and that's usually your number one targeted guy. You have a receiver room that absolutely could not get open last year, no matter what they did. You have a receiver room of guys that are either A, suspended a lot, hurt a lot. You have Jalen Royals, who couldn't even get on the football field last year, so we still don't know what we got with him. You got Tyquan Thornton, somebody who flashed, but they just went away from him, like they had no confidence in him. He's also a guy that was a first-round pick but never performed, so you're kind of just trying to pull his career back out. There's no positive answers, no obvious answers, I should say. Like A.J. Brown would be an obvious answer. If they're like, you know what, we got to get one big piece on the offense. Okay, and also right tackle. They didn't address right tackle. I think they need to address right tackle. They probably should have done that via the draft, but they had other priorities. The offense still needs work. So I'm not saying that they can't do it with what they have right now, John. We've seen them do it with less. But I still think they should do something to improve the offense when the offense was the reason why you lost so many games last year. You know what I'm saying? Like the defense, we had to replenish the defense, so I totally understand.
Yeah.
We had to replenish. But the defense wasn't our problem last year.
Can we talk about the running back room this year, though? We've got a quarterback and we've got a coach that refuses to QB sneak. And last year we had that corrected with Kareem Hunt, and he was the best in football. He was better than the tush push. Where's that coming from this year? Who provides us that hardcore?
I don't know.
You're going to put 5 in there now?
Where do you get 5 from? I don't think that.
What do you mean? You've got Brashard Smith, DeMarcado, Emmett Johnson, and Kenneth Walker.
They're not all going to make the roster.
Well, okay, but you're going to bring back Kareem Hunt, and then who's he knocking out? Is he knocking out DeMarcado and Brashard Smith? If your 4's not making it, you got 3 making it. I think they'd have already brought him back. Who are they relying on to get that short yardage? Because I know Kenneth Walker has been one of the tops in the league, missed tackles force over the last few years. I don't know how great he is on picking up just like dog yardage, right? Like 1 or 2 and he just gets it. I don't know. I've not watched enough of him. Right.
He can.
But are you still using your RB1 like that all the time?
But he can do it, yeah.
So you don't have – Brashard Smith ain't doing it. Emmett Johnson ain't doing it. Look, I've told you, Emmett Johnson made a lot of people miss in college. He was maybe the first guy to make people miss, but his yards after contact is one of the lowest in football, maybe the lowest out of all starting running backs.
He's going to be a great change of pace back, though.
But that's not a short yardage.
Renee, I know Kelsey's only 36 going on 37. I was just
who's picking up your short yardage? That's what I was asking, because it ain't DeMarcado either. So I'm just asking that one question: like, where are they going to find that if they're not willing to do like the QB sneaks and things like that? I'm wondering what they're going with there.
You're definitely not doing it now.
Like, yeah. So I mean, are we? Is that why we drafted Peter Woods?
Yeah, of course.
Peter Woods got 2 rushing touchdowns. Maybe he can pick up the short yardage. I don't know.
Yeah, I
just thought that was a fair question because the running back room does seem more well-rounded this year, but you are missing that one piece right now, in my opinion.
Can I say something, though? And I don't mean to, like, discredit what you said. I don't mean to discredit the point you just made.
Please do.
But I feel like the short yardage bag is, like, the least of our concerns on offense right now.
It might be, but it's the NFL. You're going to end up at 3rd and short and 4th and short a lot, and if you don't run that – and you're not running those, like you need that. We don't want to put the ball in the air on 3rd and 4th and short all the time. That's weird.
I am interested to see like maybe how a different concept on offense, different.
Mikey likes stuff said Justin Fields, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Maybe they just put him in to sneak him.
They could, but then you're kind of just.
Then you give it away, kind of.
Yeah, like giving them exactly what you're going to do. I guess I'm excited to see can Bieniemy and Reed tweak this offense with the players that we got if they don't add anything additionally to make it to where it's back to where they can score 30 plus on the norm, like on the regular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Michael says when we have a DT, it's a fullback. We got Peter Woods now. 2 rushing touchdowns last year.
Mike, I feel like there's going to be at least one video posted on YouTube that's like, this is the chief's secret weapon. Peter Woods is actually
It's
a
short
fullback.
yardage. Should we do it? Let's beat them to the punch.
Don't do it.
Let's make Peter Woods the new Louis Rees-Zammit.
Don't.
Rookie of the Year running back
do it.
and defensive tackle. Has anyone ever won Rookie of the Year offensive and defensive in the same year?
Don't do it. Hey, Charles, appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate
Thank
you, brother.
John, the status on Morris, Wanya Morris, is sucks. That's the status on Wanya Morris.
Wanya, if you're watching, I'm sorry. If your family's watching, I
Man,
apologize.
love you. You seem like a fun guy.
Steve's being he's being vulgar today. He's being
I'm not, and I
he's
don't even
being-
mean that. I don't even mean that hateful. Like Wanya seems like a good kid, like just a fun guy to be around.
Yeah.
But he has not been what the Chiefs needed at tackle, and I don't think that he could confidently say that right now.
Was that a miss by our scouting department, or
No,
was
he's
that
a third rounder,
or was
fourth
that
rounder, right?
or I mean a third, fourth, fifth rounder should be able to develop solidly, and he's kind of always been a please get him out kind of guy. But he's continued to make the roster, which makes you wonder, like, why can't we get better backups? And then it's like, is this on Andy Heck? Like, he still doesn't develop people at a high enough rate, in my opinion. People will say, well, Nick Allegretti. Oh,
Mike Andrew on Facebook says Tonga rushed as well, right? So we can
did
just
he?
Yeah, he did actually.
Tonga's also a Mormon, so I have faith in the Mormons to pick up short yardage.
What do you think they're going to get on a 10 speed and take off, or what?
Yeah, I've seen lots of Mormons up here on 10 speeds, and they can pick up a couple yards quick.
You're terrible.
I'm terrible. You told Wanya he sucked right to his face, and his mother's watching.
I say he sucks, but he just kind of sucked for us. That's all I'm saying. Don't think it's a good fit. That's not mean.
It was a little mean. I mean, don't be nasty.
Don't
Don't
be
be
nasty.
nasty.
Guys, we're going to take a quick second to shout out the sponsor of tonight's live
Oh,
stream,
yeah.
Prize Picks.
Get it going.
You can go down to the description, click that link, get Prize Picks, use code HMA. Mike, why don't we do some picks, brother?
Let's go, Steve. Tonight we're going to do prize picks. We're going to pick us a lineup here. We're going to take Carl Anthony Towns over 14.5. That's a UK basketball boy right there. Jason Tatum, a dookie, but we'll go over 19.5. And then we're going to take Jamal Murray, 21 field goals attempted. I'm going to go less on that. And then another Kentucky boy, Tyrese Maxey, we'll go over 19.5. We're going to go ahead and throw down a one buckaroo, and we're going to submit this bad boy. If you haven't downloaded Prize Picks, go ahead and do that. Link is in the description. Use code HMA. Steve, back to the show. Yeah,
Let's get it, baby. Go get it.
I like those picks tonight, Steve. I'm going to hit it.
Yeah, I know. You are. There was enough Kentucky players in there to
I'm
do you good.
one Carl Anthony Towns going 14.5 tonight. If he goes over that, I've got another ticket on there that scores me over 100 smacks. Let's see what happens. We're all going to dinner good this weekend, thanks to Carl Anthony, if he can pull off 15 tonight.
Get Prize Picks. Use code HMA. Guys, appreciate y'all being here tonight. Do us a favor. Hit that like button if you haven't yet. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. You need to do that ASAP. But yeah, man, the other rumor that I wanted to talk about real quick was, Tyreek Hill's coming back.
Oh,
We
that's a
didn't-
good rumor.
We didn't do anything in the draft for the offense because, well, we're waiting on Tyreek Hill to get better. Well, I happened to see that Emmett Johnson stole his number. I happened to see Emmett Johnson stole the 10. Somewhere, Tyreek Hill was side-eyeing.
There's too many people out there, though, on this roster right now that they have to share numbers at this point. So I'm not putting any stock in that.
No, me neither. But what do you think about Tyreek Hill rejoining the Kansas City Chiefs if and when he's ready to go?
I'd be horned up about it. Is he going to play a lot this year? I don't think so. Again, I still think he's got another surgery. I don't know if he's debunked that one or not, but people said they still think he might have to do another surgery.
Well, that was a nasty injury.
Right. Either way,
Don't be
I
nasty.
don't know if he really contributes this year. And then it's like, well, if he comes back next year, cool. He's going to be 32 with a knee injury, and he's a field stretcher that wins with quickness, and now he's got a nasty knee. I just don't know how much he offers. Do I want him to come back and maybe put the Chiefs uniform on again, watch him run out of the tunnel and have a little bit of fun?
Yeah, we do.
Why not?
Let's be honest here. Everybody wants to see that. at
But
least
I don't
once.
think I'm just like, hey, Tyreek Hill's back. Everything's fine.
Right, y'all get in the comments. Let us know what you think about Tyreek Hill coming back. Is he going to do it or not? Mike, we got our boy Heath in the house with 20 freaking gifted memberships.
Let's go.
Let's freaking go, Heath. Hey, in case you missed it, we had our members only live stream last night, and Heath right here when he signed Dante Hall jersey.
He did. It was sick, dude.
The X Factor, baby.
Check that out.
Yeah. So congrats, Heath, on that. Appreciate the support, brother. Appreciate it. Growing the crew is always a good thing to do. And more of you have a chance to win something next month now because of Heath.
Yeah. And I don't know what we're giving away, but it's going to be nice. There's 3. Steve teased one last month. I don't know if we'll give it away next week.
I revealed one last night on the Members Only live stream.
And it's good.
Yeah. So, there's going to be some good ones coming up. So if you haven't become a part of the ACU crew, go to join.allchiefedup.com or hit that join button at the top. Totally worth it. It's the best thing.
Only $4.99. And by the way, if you haven't yet, if you want to support the channel and you want something for it, head over to our merchandise and take a look there. We got some cool hats, shirts. It's merch.allchiefedup.com. And Steve, we still have the draft code up, and I forgot to take it down, so everybody's just going at it. I think I'm going to leave it up for the remainder of the week. So if you want that, I think it's 15% off everything. It's just NFL Draft 15 was the code. So you can go use that.
Draft 15.
Was it?
Promo code Draft 15.
Draft 15. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to leave that up for the remainder of the weekend because everybody was so cool this draft cycle.
Get over there, get yourself something, get 15% off. Why the hell not? Well, Turd with the 2-bomb said, gents, what about Diggs?
Yeah. Diggs might be in jail.
Here's my thing. If you're going to say, I don't want A.J. Brown because of how he acts, Diggs shouldn't even be on your radar because he is like, he's not, I don't think he's going to be as productive as the left testicle of A.J. Brown. And
I will say Diggs had a good year with the Patriots last year, though. He didn't cause a lot of trouble.
He's not a bad receiver.
He made Drake
definitely
May
not
look
in that
better
echelon
than
of
he was.
receiver anymore. That's 2 different tiers.
He's getting a little older. Okay, look, let me ask you this. If you could have Diggs, if you could have A.J. Brown, or if you could have Xavier Legette that I threw out, or Tyreek Hill, out of those 4, which one are you taking?
If there was no
immediate impact this year would be A.J. Brown.
If there's no, like, if you could take out, like, how do we figure this out with money? How do we do this or that? I'm taking A.J. Brown all day, every day. Wouldn't even think twice. I think he'd be crazy.
The most likely out of those 4 is
Tyreek Hill coming back when he's healthy.
Oh, I thought you were going to go Legette, but you're probably right.
Yeah, but if for nothing else, just to please the fans, the crowd.
Rank those guys in the order you'd like to have them.
AJ, who was the others? Diggs,
Legette, and Tyreek Hill.
AJ, Legette, and Hill are close. Hill for nostalgic purposes, but let's see, AJ, Legette, and then Diggs. Diggs would be on the bottom.
Hey, I now have a number 10 jersey that had Pacheco over Hill, and now I've just got to switch the tape out to say Emmett Johnson.
No, you're just going to have to rip that tape off soon when Emmett Johnson loses his number because Hill comes back.
True.
Hey, appreciate the 2, brother. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of wild stuff going on, but either way, rookie mini camp kicks off this weekend, so that's exciting. And then we got OTAs, and then you got OTAs, and then you got mandatory mini camp. And then it's going to be camp before you know it. And usually when camp kicks off, it's late July, guys. So that means we're a month outside of football, at least the preseason.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not quite yet summertime. It's still spring.
Yeah.
But before you know it, it's going to be football season. It's upon us, okay?
Absolutely.
We've kind of got a lot of the off-season stuff out of the way. We've got a lot of the off-season stuff out of the way. The dead months right before the draft are finally over,
Thank the Lord.
Now there's, a little bit here and there. Like tonight, we're talking about, what the schedule is for the Chiefs and rumors and stuff like that because it's all I get to talk about at the moment. Yeah. But soon enough, they'll be in camp and there'll be position battles and things like that. While we're on that subject, are there any specific position battles that you find to be intriguing for when camp comes up? Like, which ones do you think are going to have the most ramifications for the players? Like,
let me bring this up. Look, a lot of people
don't bring that up. That's from Windows 98.
People are dumb.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. If you look at this, I think there's a good battle that's going on out of every bit of this. I honestly think it's the corner room. I think the corner room has a lot of dogs in it. Number 1, I think Noah Williams and Mansour Delaney's like you're pretty much in like a firm pin a firm fountain pen. Those would be your number ones.
No Williams and Delane?
Yes, but if Kyer Elam or Christian Fulton was to have a really, really good offseason and they both make the team and they have a great camp, one of those guys could push No Williams out maybe because
I don't
maybe
trust Christian Fulton to be on the football field.
Well, I'm just saying
ever.
maybe Spags says, we've seen a lot of guys in year 2 have a little bit of a down year because you get a lot of film on them and then you know how to attack them.
Spags also is like really weird with his guys. Like Jaden Hicks should have really
Right, in year
strides.
2.
So he better not Jaden Hicks, no Williams.
That's what I'm saying.
gonna upset
Jaden
me
Hicks
a
was supposed
little
to be a
bit.
breakout year 2, and he didn't even get on the field. So, like, could it happen with No
He
Williams?
just
I don't
didn't
want it
know
to.
the playbook yet.
But it could. Another one is the safety position, man. I really do believe
so you just mean
Xavier.
DB room in general, huh?
Yeah, Xavier and Wampka and Deshaun Singleton. Either one of those two kids can make this team. They are
Wampka's a
both
beast.
very, very good.
Oh, just real quick, I want to mention a little bit story. I wasn't involved in it. It was Mike, but I got to see the aftermath of it. I love the fact that you put just everybody you could fit that's on the Chiefs roster on that. And just so happens that there's a guy that they invited to rookie camp that his dad is his agent. And he was so mad at you for not having him on that list.
I seen that.
Oh, my God. He was like, why is he not on here? And it's like, well, you even replied, and you're like, I kind of answered that. I said, this was as many people as I could fit on there.
Yeah.
Well, I think that he should be ahead of some of them other guys.
Because he
Well,
got
it's not a-
$250,000 guarantee. Okay, cool.
Well, sir, this is not a depth chart. I was just throwing in as many as I
Yeah.
could in the secondary, and I didn't have room. So sorry that your son wasn't
was
on
I
this.
rude?
Sorry that your son wasn't on this meaningless thing I threw together to show who's
In
on the
April.
roster at the moment. Dude, he was so upset.
Yeah, he was like, well, he made $250K. And I said, well,
278,000 guaranteed, and he's not on the list.
yeah. I said, well, Dalton Cooper got that same payout last year, and he didn't make the team, buddy.
Hey, and they pay every one of those guys that, and then tell them to hit the bricks, so they don't.
They ain't worried about that. That's pocket change, brother.
Yeah.
But look, I said, look, it would have been more valuable of you being his agent to try to put him on a show with all chiefed up instead of coming to me like that and asking him maybe he can come on the show and talk with Chiefs Kingdom and get to know everybody. But you didn't want to do that. You wanted to argue with me.
Yeah.
Over something meaningless.
Crazy.
And I wasn't even arguing. I'm literally just being like, brother,
I'm not going to throw the guy's name out there. Y'all
I don't even know the guy's name.
Y'all
Don't
can
care.
dig if you want to. I know the last name, but we'll leave it. We'll leave it at that. It's just crazy that people are so strange.
Why did he come at me like that?
Because you didn't have his boy on your list.
You should have asked to come on this show.
Well turned with another 2 said, who's our one UDFA keeper this year? So I think the most likely keeper of the UDFAs this season is Xavier Wampa, the safety.
Dude, he is good.
He's very good.
I went digging on some Xavier Wampa today. Listen
Cooper
to this one that I
DeJean
pulled
said,
out.
hey, Chiefs, you got a good one. You got a good one with this guy.
Listen what I pulled out of him today. Did you know when he come out of high school, rivals give him a perfect 6.1 rating? That's the highest possible designation they'll put on a prospect. He was the highest DB to ever go to Iowa. And I mean, that's saying a lot. That's Cooper DeJean on there
I'm
too.
going to say this before Flapjack does.
What do you
I never
got?
want to hear you talking about pulling a 6.1 out of a guy ever again. Okay?
What's
The
that
way
mean?
you worded that was very sus.
Rivals rated him a 6.1?
Never mind. Keep going. You didn't catch it all.
I didn't, and
You will
I
later.
don't look.
You
I
will
don't
later.
listen. I don't live in the gutter with you and Flapjack. Okay, you two are down there.
he was
just
about
being
to hammer you, bro. I
vulgar
already know.
and gross.
He was
Okay,
about to get you.
look.
All right,
but
go
the
ahead.
other thing that I learned. Did you know the first start he got was in the Music City Bowl in 2022 versus Kentucky? I watched that game. He returned a 52-yard pick for a touchdown. That's hilarious. So, dude, I've been digging up a lot of stuff on this kid, and he is legit. He's been legit since coming out of high school. So maybe somebody can dig something out of him. Maybe he's not lived up to all the standards they've wanted him to, but he's good. And again, don't write off Deshaun Singleton either. That kid can flat out play.
So I'll tell you the 2 coolest things about Xavier Wampa. First, he should have been drafted. End of story. I don't know how
Probably,
he got
yes.
passed up. Okay. Secondly, I just mentioned Cooper DeJean used to be his teammate. He was like, KC, y'all got a good one with this kid. Like, he's a dog. Okay. And then thirdly, when he found out he didn't get drafted, he stood up and told the whole room, bet, watch this, and just walked off.
I thought he was going to say, suck it.
No, but he literally is like, wait, let's
Right.
see.
He's going to play with a
the
chip
attitude's
now.
there. He's going to play with a chip on his shoulder. He was already a good safety. I think that was a hell of a pickup in free agent or UDFAs. And then also, of course, I like my boy John Michael Gillenborg. I think that if they can figure out how
I was
going to
say if you went offense, so you'll take Gillenborg on offense.
It's between him and Caldwell because they both kind of fall into the same category because they're both insane athletes, right? They both could be offensive weapons. Gillenborg has to figure out how to block in line at least a little bit. And, could he get there? Sure, maybe. But right now, he's literally a guy that you're going to stretch out wide. You're going to put him in the slot. You're going to move him around. And he's going to be an absolute nightmare to match up with for defenses. If he proves himself throughout camp to be a mismatch and he can catch the football and he can create yards after catch, they might put him on this roster. He could be easily tight end 3.
My offensive guy is going to be Pete Nigra. I talked about him earlier. The guard center out of U of L. He's good. He's very high IQ. He was voted guard or teammate of the year in 2024. He's won, I think he allowed 1 sack in like 3 years or something. He's insane. He is very smart. I know Andy Reid's got like a love affair with, Mike Caliendo a little bit. So because I thought Dalton Cooper had a shot to make it last year, and they went with Caliendo again. So
I liked Joey Lombard last year.
Yeah, and I know it's tough to beat out Caliendo, but I will say this. Getting him back cheaper and not putting that tender on him kind of shows there was a little bit of a waiver there with him. So I think Pete Nigra out of Louisville, man, that is a name to watch. That kid can flat out play football, man.
Yeah, he's a good one too. And then, of course, Caldwell. I know you guys are saying in the chat. I think Caldwell's also kind of like
Caldwell's
right there with
got
Gillenborg.
a tougher route to get there, in my opinion.
He does, but at the same time, like I said, he's just like Gillenborg, different position, kind of.
The Chiefs cannot take 6 or 7 wide receivers again this year, can they?
No.
So that makes it very tough. So who's he knocking out?
7, no.
Who's he knocking out? Nico? Then who's going to return kicks and punts? Dave Tobe loves Nico.
Can I say this right
It's
now?
going to be very tough for him to not make this team.
I love Nico. I think Nico would have been really intriguing if they could have got him involved in the offense as a slot receiver. I think that he's electric, even though he's not the fastest guy in the world. I love him as a returner, minus the fact that he likes to fumble from time to time. But I'm on the side of I don't give a shit if he can return kicks. Like if that's all you have to offer,
I'm just saying it from a Chiefs
why
perspective.
Why are we keeping him here?
Dave Tobe's going to get some say-so, and we know he loves him. And we looked at the roster yesterday, and there's not a lot of punt returners on this team.
That's fine.
Unless you want to let Xavier Worthy do it.
Tyquan Thornton can do it.
And like they said, Xavier Worthy's going to do it last year.
Be able to do it. There's options. And
there's options. I'm just saying
I said it last year, and I'll say it again this year. I do not think that being a return man is enough to get you on this roster.
Well, I think Andy sees it as you need somebody reliable and dependable back there to not create turnovers, unnecessary, like lose possessions. And I think that at least Nico gives you that to a certain degree. And so it doesn't surprise me because they did tender him and they brought back Ariza and they all did that thing.
Right.
I mean, I just feel like it's going to be tough. And then, like, you've already got 5 wide receivers on here now because of Cyrus Allen. They're not going to cut Cyrus Allen.
Bam, will we learn anything from rookie minicamp? Probably not a whole lot.
No, that's just kind of like an orientation for those guys.
Sort of, yeah.
They don't really do a lot, but they'll get on the field.
But it'll be interesting to see how that goes. What did I see? I saw something else.
I'm pretty sure they'll get to do like don't they get to do like drills and 7-on-7, 11-on-11s? They'll do like red zone kind of stuff. They'll do a lot of classroom stuff that we can't see. But yeah, I think a lot of it's just going to be kind of just like an orientation. Like, hey, this is what it's going to be like in 2 weeks when everybody comes in.
Yeah, for sure. We got a 2-bomb from Matt Coughlin. Says, don't forget all our running backs can catch. That's true. That's true. Emmett Johnson's a nice little addition. I do have to say.
Emmett.
I think
Emmett was
perfect change of pace back.
Emmett Johnson was a very nice value in that draft.
Yeah,
it's wild that Garrett Nussmeier's actually way higher value than Emmett Johnson was. But if you take the quarterback out, because, I mean, of course, he was player 106 on our big board. He should have been a 3rd-round pick. Like, there was actually talk that Nussmeier could have went before
Yeah.
Ty Simpson at one point, and then Ty Simpson, of course, went like in the first round weirdly. But
Well, Nutsmeyer aside,
you
I
called him
think
Nut?
no, I said Nutsmeyer.
I thought you said Nutsmeyer. I like that. You have no marbles.
Slap Nutsmeyer.
The Nuts bus.
Putting him aside, Emmett Johnson, the value we were able to get on him offset overvaluing Jaden Kennedy, and that's going to rub people the wrong way. It's been rubbing people the wrong way the whole time, but that's just end of story. I know there's people out there that thought Jaden Kennedy was the number 3 corner in the whole draft.
That is wild.
That I'm telling you right now, if
you guys think he's going to be the 3rd best corner in this draft, you're going to be sadly mistaken.
I like Jaden Kennedy. I thought he was a good prospect at probably about pick 171, not pick 109 or whatever.
Right.
You know? Like there's a little bit of a gap. Am I mad about it? No. And them getting Emmett Johnson for that value, you kind of swapped him. Like boom, he just instantly made that okay. But I just wanted to bring that up. If you guys put a whole lot of stock into someone that says Jaden Kennedy was the 3rd best corner in this class,
that's wild. There's just no way.
Be very careful. Tread lightly when you're listening to people like that. Because
guys, that can't be real, because if that was the case,
that was pre anything wrong with Jermod McCoy.
Why wasn't Chiefs Kingdom mocking Jaden Kennedy at pick 40 like they was the entire time? Why were they mocking him at number 40 if he was the 3rd best instead of D'Angelo Pons at 40?
Look, guys, I'm sorry, but
like he's not a better slot corner than D'Angelo Pons.
Like Jaden Kennedy, but there's no possible way that he was the best corner in this draft. Now, could he prove to be? Absolutely. We don't know yet. They haven't stepped on the field. But coming out as a prospect.
Yeah, based off what we've seen.
Coming out as a prospect, there is no way in hell that he was the best corner outside of Delane and McCoy. He just wasn't. Chris Johnson has a word to say. Okay? Avion Terrell has a word. There's a lot of guys that have a word there. D'Angelo Pons, okay, that's crazy. But that's what gets y'all so horned up. And I'm okay with getting the fan base horned up and everything, but take it with a grain of salt, please. That's all I'm asking you. Because I love you and I'm your friend and I want you to not get gut punched. Mikey with the 5 bomb says Jones is too old to restructure. Go with Creed and Trey. That should be enough to sign rookies and make 1 or 2 friendly deals. Jones is a little bit older to restructure, but he got paid so much and he didn't produce that he's still a candidate. Absolutely is. I think would he play ball with it? I don't know, because when they come up with that contract, he did hold out for a minute.
I feel like though Chris Jones would have been more conversion to cash. I don't know. He could still maybe convert to cash this late in the season. I don't know how that works. I don't know if you have to do it before a certain time, if you had to do it before the league year. Maybe he can do it now. Who knows? But his would be a conversion to cash. I don't think it would be like a let's restructure this kind of thing.
Yeah. They're going to have to do something, though.
Which I think you would definitely convert Chris Jones to cash. That just means he gets his payday up front, comes off the books. Kind of what they do with Mahomes? Yes, it's 100% that. And then I think they want Chris Jones to be here they want him to be a chiefer for life, right? Yeah, it's just a chiefer for lifer. A chief for lifer.
Did you see chiefer in the chat and get your words mixed up?
No, I just said it wrong because I'm an idiot.
That's okay. We all do that sometimes. But yeah, interesting conversations today. Glad that you guys came in, hung out with us.
Me too, man. I have fun with you guys, even though you guys are mean to me sometimes. And
Mike, you say everybody's mean to you. Mike, can I tell y'all something? Just complete transparency here.
Don't embarrass me in front of my friends.
I'm going to embarrass you in front of your friends for a split second.
Don't embarrass me in front of my friends.
I'm going to embarrass you for a split second.
God.
But look, I'm not trying to humble brag or anything like that, but we have a lot of subscribers. We have a lot of people that watch our videos. We have a lot of people that comment. Are you going to embarrass
me in front of our friends again?
We have a lot of people that comment on our videos. 99% of those could all be positive comments. But if there's if there is one slapnut that says something negative, my brother over here gets so furious and just really gets hung up on that one idiot that doesn't matter.
I mean, that's human nature. And can I defend myself for a second?
Well, sure. It's your show.
I put a lot of work into things, and so when people say something weird, it just really irks me a little bit. Like, why didn't you listen to everything that I said before? I
think I know what bugs you. Like, if someone says, "Hey, I don't agree with your position on that. I think this." That's fine.
100%.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. The football discourse. I love that. I love that kind of comment. But what I don't like is when we get on here and we're like, "Dude, Emmett Johnson is absolute dog. The value was great. I love everything about this kid as far as A, B, and C.
Where are you
I think
going?
he's
You're
gonna
really
be-
going to surprise me with the comment.
I think
right
he's
now.
going to be a great third down back.
Yeah.
Like a good
What's-
change of pace for
What's
Kenneth Walker.
Joe Schmo Blow
But
say?
then you have Joe Schmo come in the chat and be like, I can't believe y'all don't like Emmett Johnson.
Yes, I hate that,
And
bro.
it's like, what? Did you even pay attention to anything we said?
That happened to us all draft weekend.
That was a little strange.
Somebody come on and was like, I hope R. Mason Thomas proves you all wrong. And I just had to write back and
See,
say,
Brenda knows.
thanks, Brenda. You're right. But yeah, like R. Mason Thomas. And I said, what's he going to prove us wrong about? Like, I like R. Mason Thomas. Like, did you not watch the video where I graded it a B+ pick?
Yeah, cheaper. Right here, baby. That's it.
That's
it happens a lot. It
Isn't
happens
that
a
the
lot.
internet, though?
Yeah, in a nutshell.
I mean, it is. It's just, it's tough. This is
I
our baby.
always try to tell you, though. I always try to tell them, I'm like, hey, for every slap nut that you see like that, we got 10 awesome people.
I'm
know
going
what
to tell you,
saying?
though,
Or maybe
Steve, that's
more
just
than
who I
that.
am as a person, though, right? Like, it doesn't matter who it is. I don't meet a stranger. It ain't going to happen.
No, Mike will make you feel uncomfortable because he just doesn't. Yeah.
I'll make you feel uncomfortable. What's that mean?
Like if you're a stranger and you're around Mike,
Now
there's
you've
a
told me.
chance
Now you
that-
make me feel like a pervert.
no,
or something.
You're not like a predator, but you're definitely going to like talk to somebody like you know them, and they're like, "Who's this guy?"
Oh, they like it though. Like when I fired the girl at 7 Brew.
You did fire her.
She spilled the entire drink on my car, and I'm not having it.
No, guys, appreciate y'all. I ain't gonna waste any more of your time. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Shout out Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream. Make sure to go to the description, click that link, get Prize Picks, use code HMA, put 5 on, get 50 to play with. Why not? Also, hit that like button on the way out if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And if you haven't watched yesterday's video, I highly suggest you go watch it. It was
Hey,
a nice
Mikey
little
dropped a
combo.
5. Go get it for him before we get out of here. I don't want to feel guilty
Mikey.
at the end of the
Mikey.
night. He was about to make me feel
put
guilty
the,
about
he put
this.
the buzzer beater in.
Yeah,
that
and I was going to
happens
feel guilty
that
about
happens
it.
sometimes.
I was going to be
Heath
like,
did
bro.
Heath did a buzzer beater too, so let's get these real quick.
Okay.
But you guys just like, look, I worked really hard on that outro. I was like, I'm nailing all the key points that I need to nail, and I'm about to push this button. They're like, nay.
No, but because I would have felt bad for missing this 5 bomb, Steve. We'd have been like, bro,
yeah,
we
well,
totally
there's
didn't get to
something else
that.
I wanted to talk about anyway, but let me get these real quick.
Okay, yes.
Mikey with the 5. Sorry, I didn't mean to take you off there. Says, Mike, when these jabronis are getting on your ass, remember, at least you're not Slaughter.
Oh, that's true.
Ooh, I love it, baby.
At least I don't
Let's
have to
go.
play with the Chargers, huh?
Yeah, is that who drafted Slaughter?
Yeah, we get to see this guy like every year. I hope he's not good.
He's gonna be a beast, brother. What are you talking about?
We've made him a beast at this point.
Mike,
He's definitely a
with
level 21
He's
wizard
with the
or something.
freaking 20 bomb. He says, I appreciate the transparency, ACU. Yeah, man, that's a thing. You can love us or hate us, but we'll try to be real with everybody. Everybody who's been here a while knows that. That's just how it is. But, dude, thanks so much for the support, the gifted memberships, and that. You're freaking awesome, brother. Can't thank you enough for that. Well, Turd.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
Let's keep it going. We're going to keep it going. No worries, Well, Turd. Thanks for the support, brother. But there's one more thing I wanted to bring up real quick before we take off. Okay? Our boy, Brian Parrott. He's going through it right now, guys. Got a lot of stuff going on. I'm not going to tell you all of his business. He can do that if he wants to. But let's just all keep Brian in your thoughts and prayers, please.
Yeah.
Put some good vibes out for Brian Parrott. He's been around. He's been one of the most consistent people on this channel since day one. Good guy, great guy. Going through it. Y'all keep some
Brian,
some
you got to
prayers
get
going
better,
his
brother.
way.
It's almost time for Chew the Crew.
I think he's afraid he's going to have to miss it, but I told him we'll will his ass over. We'll
Dude.
figure it out.
I told him I got to buy him onion rings, too, because they burnt his onion ring.
Well, Turd said, just kidding. Good night with a 2-bomb. Let's go.
He's like,
baby.
get out, bro.
Yeah, guys. But anyway, I did want to mention that, so I'm glad that I got a chance to do that. But appreciate everybody, and we'll catch you next time. Let me go find this little outro here. I'm going to click it, and we're out. Bye.
Get wild.